so far?
Above average, from the standpoint that we're healthy here today, with all 9 riders taking the start. So I think for us, that's certainly, it was an objective in this first week of the tour to get to this point where we're leading into the Pyrenees, the first real challenge for the mountain climbers, with a strong team. So I feel good about that. You know, we didn't have a good team time trial. I'd say that's the only downside we've had so far, and it wasn't a disaster, it just wasn't as good as we wanted to do.
What would you put that down to?
We don't have an answer. You know, you're talking about the difference between going 60 kilometers an hour and 59.5 kilometers an hour on average speed. So, you know, it's hard to measure. Obviously, there's a measurement at the end of the distance. There's, you know, we lost by 26 seconds, but there was no one particular place that, you know, we lost a lot of time. It just was an average over the distance.
The question mark over Cadel coming into the race was just how he'd recovered from the Giro. He was the only GC guy that did that race. How's he feeling?
Yeah, I mean, I can't speak exactly for Cadel, but from what I know and from what we've discussed here today and last night, he's fine, healthy. I think he's recovered from the Giro. At this point, it looks like he's probably in a zone where he was on the second week of the Giro. So I think he's only going to get better from here. He had a good recovery after Giro, and it had a nice altitude camp, and came here ready to go, and did all the recon. So he knows we prepared well for the tour earlier before the Giro, so we got a lot of it out of the way, so he could rest after the Giro. And now it's a question of, you know, how does it all work out when you really get to the first challenge.
How do you think his form compares to that of 2011 and 2012? Where is he in that scale?
Forget about 2012, because that was not a good year. I think it goes back maybe back to 2010, where he did the Giro, and then the tour, and was fine, and actually, you know, had to not abandon, but he had to give up his hopes for the yellow when he crashed and broke his elbow. So, but still finished the race, and he was in yellow at the time. So I think we're more in that space than 2011 at the moment.
Bit of a what-if question. I know you've dispelled a lot of the speculation coming into the race over the leadership structure within the team, but what if we get to the mountains, the Proper Mountains on Sunday, and Van Garderen is stronger than Cadel? What is the...
We're not going to answer what-ifs, because there could be a million different what-ifs. You know, what if this happens? What if that happens? Anything can happen in this race every day. So if you start trying to analyze what-ifs, you'll never get out of the hole. So we have to deal with the situations as they happen live, and until they happen live, we don't know what the outcome is going to be.